Here we are. You know what time it is.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
And he's dancing, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! It's time for another rousing edition of Masters of Beer Reviews and Company's Wild Card Wednesday with your host, Thomas Metal 75. It's the Thomas Metal 75 channel of YouTube. This is your Masters of Beer Reviews and Company Wild Card Wednesday. To my right, co-host of the Wild Card Wednesday, we have from New Jersey, the Alex the Beer Master channel of YouTube.
What's up, everybody?
Cheers. And we have East Coast Liquor Reviews with Tanner down below from Rhode Island.
Cheers.
So we got Alex the Beer Master so far and East Coast Liquor Reviews.
And Eric
obviously, this is Thomas Mel 75 for your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Only admittance fee on this particular program is a beverage. Please bring a beer, wine, or spirit to this one. Really, any adult beverage, and let's have some fun. Just don't
be a douche.
You douche.
Papa douche. All right. If anybody needs a link to Alex ever heard of Hop Gong, New Jersey?
I've heard of Hop Frog Brewing, I believe, or a beer, but I don't know.
I don't know that we've heard of that one, Clyde. But if anybody wants
I've never heard of New Jersey, Hop Frog, New Jersey. No.
Anybody would like a link to said program to join up with a beer, wine, or spirit, let us know in the chat and we'll get you into the program. All right. So here's how this program works. If you haven't been here before, we do 4 rounds. The first round is an introduction and the pouring of our beer, wine, or spirit. Second round will be just the review portion. Third round will be your final thoughts and grades. However, you do it on your own personal rating system. And then the fourth round will be talking about each member of the panel's YouTube channels, what's going on in their channels, and maybe a couple people to check out on the YouTube platform. So without further ado, let us go over to Alex the Beer Master, see what he is bringing and do the pouring presentation.
Well, this was going to be for the legendary beer man, but I'm going to get another beer based off of the same additives, but it won't be this beer. But it will be that we got Cocoa Bomb, and it is a Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate. And so I don't know what the ABV is, but this is what it looks like. We're going to show about the gaming because it looks like it's gaming stuff. So we got, and it's from Accent Hour Brewing. We're going to have to say the name, I think. So that's what that has. And obviously we have all the 70s or 80s, early 90s, maybe 70s kind of gaming kind of look, as we can see. That is
30 years of gaming.
What? That's what it looks like. I mean, you guys played these games in the 80s just like we did back in the day. I mean, I don't know about me playing this game, but I
was born in 96, Alex. I didn't play anything in the 80s.
Well, you get what I'm spraying if you played games in the 80s, if you're in the 96, but still
I must have was in an alternate universe, and
well, what I'm trying to say is, Tanner, you probably played games from the 80s, even though you were born in 96, which is the blizzard of 96.
In the 80s.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you
Back
not
to the future.
now. You understand what I'm saying. All right, so I'm going to pour this up, and then...
That is cool. It's like a Mario bomb.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, too. Yeah. It is kind of like
It's 100% a Mario label. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Tanner does know everything. I won't admit it, but that's okay.
Everything.
I don't know about that.
It's just credit does due. Oh. And you guys know everything, both of you. Let's pour us up, shall we?
All right. Needs a link to the show. Just let us know if anybody needs a link to the show this evening.
That's what it looks like. I'll give you a taste, look, smell next time around.
Very good. Thank you, Alex. Let's go over to Tanner at the East Coast Liquor Review.
Nice. All right. So, I have a beer that I was supposed to review last week, but I fell asleep. So, I have a beer by Shoveltown Brewery. This is their West Coast IPA, 7.2%.
Cool.
It's resin, zest, and tropical. It's very bright. Dang, that's a little too bright. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Still kind of bright, but. And this is their twine cutter. Grab a shovel, giant description. Northeastern Mass. Brewed by Shoveltown Brewery. This is their tap room. No date. It's unfortunate. Let's pour it up. All right.
Probably goes with Count Chocula cereal. Oh yeah, Alex's beer, yeah. Probably.
I suggest that. Yeah, maybe there's a Count Dracula beer. I'll have to look it up. Thank you for telling me that.
Now it's a little bit more American IPA looking. Definitely a very nice golden, hazy straw color, golden straw color, kind of. Looks good. Be that about a finger and a half, super sudsy white foamy head on top, holding some good retention. Looks pretty good to me. 7.2% West Coast IPA. See what that's all about next time around. Cheers, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanner.
Appreciate you, Tanner. Thanks for joining, by the way, bud.
Thanks for having me.
Hey,
Anytime.
my turn here. So I got an interesting beer that was blended in 2022 by Liffman's Craft Blenders, and they are from, I'm trying to see if it says here, this is Brewery Liffman's Duvel Mortgat in, where's this from? Alstrat, Belgium. Okay. Imported by Duvel Mortgat USA in Cooperstown, New York. All right. And this is their Liffman's Craft Blenders Golden Band. This is a, I'm wondering if you guys can see the label there, kind of, sort of. This is
that looks pretty cool. That's label there, Chief.
We got Flanders Red Ale. And if I'm reading this correctly, it says on the back, I think it says on the back of the bottle here, best before, what does that say? March of 2032? Holy crap. If I'm reading that right.
2032. You got plenty of time on that, buddy.
This is an 8% Flanders Red Ale, and they say on the back of the bottle, historically known as Provisional Ale, Golden Band is superb for further home cellaring, allowing the taste and aromas of caramel, apple, wood, cherries, and malt to continue to evolve. A delectable treat for the beer connoisseur. All right. Seemed interesting enough. I got it at Total Wine for, I got the receipt here. I got this at Total Wine for, how much was this bottle? $5.99 for this 11.2 ounce bottle. All right. I'm going to put it in a, well, Tanner will like this. I'm going to put it in a tulip glass from.
Pretty fat. That's pretty cool.
There you go.
Nice.
Tulip glass one. Let's pour it up, shall we?
Wow, that looks delicious, actually.
Nice. I can already hear the popping and the fizzing on that guy. A little swirl job there. We got a tiny bit left in the bottle. I'll get that down when the head dies down. So here's the color. Got a nice dark purple maroon color. With a nice mahogany khaki kind of colored looking head. Popping and fizzing. This should be pretty interesting. We'll get around to that in a little while. Before
I heard a beep.
go to the next round, we're going to check in Oregon with the beer man himself.
Beer man. Beer man.
Presentation of whatever you're bringing this evening, good sir. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Yeah. All right. So I was just at Fort George. My wife just had this, and I didn't want to taste it because I wanted to be surprised. But it's their coconut Connecticut stout. So it's an American stout with coconut, 8.8%.
Coconut baby.
Ooh, cool.
It was canned 129, so like super fresh, 2 weeks old.
Nice.
The regular Helvetica stout's really delicious. This with coconut sounds even better. But yeah, nice little cascade going on. Nice head. Really nice head. And definitely coconutty. Cheers, man.
Nice. Good timing.
Cheers,
Beer man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go over to Alex for let's start the review process, shall we?
Well, this is the beer that I was going to bring for the Mr. Beerman show, but don't worry, I'll find another beer with the same adjectives. I can't remember what the adjectives are now. I think it's chocolate, something like that. I can't remember, but I'll take a look in the future. But either way, Beerman will help me with that later. But we're in another show now. So what we got here is Action Arrow Cocoa Bomb. It is an imperial stout brewed with chocolate. I don't know what the ABV. I'm assuming it's at 8%. I don't know. It could be a 10%. I don't know. But as Eric or Tanner has said, this kind of reminds me of them. Kind of reminds of them about Mario Brothers or whatever it was called, or whatever the whatever you said earlier, Tanner. But either way, still pretty cool.
Mario.
Mario, yeah, Mario Kart. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, Mario Kart. Yeah, this is pretty cool ass can art though. I like the cartoon.
Yeah,
Cool. That is pretty neat. So
Mario 2.
let's go on to the beer at hand. This looks delicious. It looks jet black to me. I don't know if there's any red to it at all. I don't. Wait a minute. There might be a slight red maybe. But nice creamy head. Has dropped a little bit, but there's a lot of creamy head. That looks delicious. Just a fingernail of a head. I mean, when it comes to the actual top, but that just looks so creamy. Looks delicious. Looks just awesome. I mean, I love my chocolate stouts, as we all know. And let's get into the taste, or the smell, not the taste. Then we get into the taste. Okay. Well, I put my nose in it. I can't get enough. That's why I do this. This is why I do these YouTube things. You smell that chocolate. It's not that it smells sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Smells creamy, I think, or looks creamy. But I'm smelling good. I cannot wait. I'm thirsty on this one. Yeah, it smells good. Let's get into the taste and see what it tastes like, shall we?
Prost.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Very big. 1 second.
That is delicious. Very delicious. I mean, if you're talking about a chocolate bomb, that is chocolate all the way through.
Nice.
There's a slight creaminess, a little bit. Chocolate. Sweetness. Not overly sweet. It doesn't dry your mouth out altogether, but it makes you want to go back for more because it's a lot of flavor.
Taking a trip to Flavor Town.
Okay, Guy Ferrari, or whatever his last name is. Fieri.
That's really nice. I'll see if I can. We got a couple months yet, but I'm gonna see if I can try to collect. I mean, I have some beers. Some I'll probably review on my own, but some of these beers will probably be reviewed with the Legendary Tanner, Legendary Eric, since they'll be here for a couple of days again. It's not definite, but according to them, they will be here. We'll see what happens with those two, the Legendary Eric and Legendary Tanner. Cannot wait. I'll probably have them sleep here because I know that Thursday and Friday I do my live streams. So I got to let my brother know about that because that's my plan in my head. Because I know you guys like to be on my streams, so that'll be cool in person. That'll be badass, Eric.
Sure.
Because that's my normal show stuff. You know that. I taste a weird, like a unique taste, but it's kind of hard to explain. Like I taste the chocolate, but then I taste something else with the chocolate. It's not coconut. I know that for a fact. It's like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain. Maybe like a fruit or something like that, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like a raspberry. I'm not, because it's not supposed to be raspberry, but you never know with these chocolate beers. It's not a tin thing, I don't think. It tastes good. I'm not so sure. But there's a lot of chocolate flavor, but then there's that weird taste after that, right in the middle of the palate. I'm not so sure. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's not too sweet. It's a little bit of sweetness. It's just, again, can't know everything, but sometimes these flavors can stump you in your brain. I mean, we all know that as YouTubers or beer reviewers or whatever. But it's very nice. But again, it might be a raspberry flavor, but it tastes like a tint thing. But it can't be because there's no tint in this can. At least I don't think.
You mean like the tin flavor of the can you're talking about?
Yeah, but I can't be though because it's not disgusting or anything. I mean, that would be disgusting if that was the case.
Call it as you see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of chocolate though. It's not disgusting. It's very delicious. A lot of flavor. Maybe if I can get this the next couple months for you and all my peeps that are coming, we'll check it out. I don't know. If not, if I don't get this, it doesn't matter. We'll have beer.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. Because on top of that, you'll be bringing treehouse and all that on that distance. So we don't need that. But I would like to still tribute if you get them spray them, because it's only fair. But we don't need to get into that. It's just my brain's just talking about other things. But yeah. Especially if it's exciting. Yeah, so this is good. If you can get it, please do. Okay. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. Because it's a good beer. I'm not so sure. But the chocolate's not disgusting, but there is a weird taste to it. Not because it's bad, because this can art looks like it's brand new to me. It is not old at all. I think it's just been printed on the can. It's a sticker label stick on. So I'm highly certain that this is a fresher beer because it was just here. I just got this a couple days ago. So yeah, I'm gonna sip on this. I'll let you know the rating and all those wonderful things next time around. But if you can get this, please do. If not, or something similar, because this is a New Jersey beer, I believe. So if you can't get this, just get something similar. Might be his taste is better, or maybe is the same. I don't know. Or if you're in New Jersey, come by and get this. If they don't distribute these kind of beers, so appreciate you. Cheers.
Cool. All right. Sipping.
And I heard a beep.
Rating. All right. Let's go over to East Coast Liquor Reviews.
I heard a beep. I thought I heard a beep.
We got Cloud in the. We got Cloud.
Yes.
What's up?
All right. So We got the Shoveltown Brewery, West Coast IPA, Twine Cutter,
Nice.
Chinook and Mosaic hops, Michigan Chinook and Mosaic hops. It says hops are used throughout the brewing process, resulting in a well-rounded hop-forward IPA. The flavor profile boasts resinous pine notes paired with a punch of tropical zest. And I was nosing it, and I get a big, like, white grape. I don't know why. I get a big, like, kind of like apple-y white grape skin. Yeah, it's very, very prominent. And you get a little bit of that, like, hop resin. You get a little bit of, like, that biscuity breadiness, a little bit of, like, the malty sweetness, a little bit of that kind of cereal grains. Yeah, it smells good. I mean, there's no date on the can, but it does smell fresh. It does smell like I'm getting some nice fresh hop aromas. Let's dive in and try it out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Please be delicious.
Sure.
7.2. Really nice mouthfeel. A little bit more of a body to it, but still very drinkable. Very crisp, clean. A little bit of a tartness combined with a little bit of an astringency. A little bit of like floral hop resin from the hops. It's got a very like fruity finish. Getting a little bit more grapefruit. Then I still get a little bit of I would say more kind of appley. Apple, grapefruit, a little bit of maybe a little bit of mango in there. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's very drinkable. 7.2%. It's actually if I hand you this, I don't think you'd be able to guess that this was that high of ABV. It's actually more crushable as you start to sip on it a little bit more. Very impressed, actually. I didn't really know what to expect. And then I know you said that you heard some good things about this brewing company. I like it. It's pretty solid. It's actually very comparable to some other kind of more American style IPAs, because I know they're calling this West Coast, but lately, like the main beer companies, they kind of go more that New England super juicy tropical flavor, but then it's more like West Coast bodied, a little bit more drinkable, a little bit lighter than your
More hop forward.
super hop saturation. Like they're calling this a West Coast, but you can still see there's a little bit of clarity there. I mean, there's a little bit of haziness there. So I would say this is definitely like more like American, you know. It's not super filtered, super clear like some West Coast. It's pretty dang good. I do like it. I'll sit and sip on it a little bit longer, and I'll have a number next time around. Cheers.
Good. All right. Thanks, East Coast Liquor
Cheers.
Review, everybody. All right. Let's go over to Beer Man and then Cloud.
All right. Cheers.
Mr. Beer Man himself.
All right.
Yep.
Cheers, everyone. All right. Cool. So, coconut Cavetica Stout. It's 8.8% out of Fort George Brewery out of Astoria, Oregon. It's about 2 weeks old. So, wife had it. I'm gonna have it now. So it poured about a finger and a half head. It's keeping some pretty decent retention, leaving a little bit of splitter splatter around the side of the edge there as the head went down. On the nose, it's a big roasty whiff, chocolatey, a little bit of espresso, and then you get like that nice little awesome, like it's like a very nicely balanced and blended coconut aroma. And it sifts right through all the chocolates and the roasts and the coffees. It's really going through nice. That roasted malt's a big character in this as well, though. It's an American stout, imperial, of course. Yeah, the coconut, it's really, really coming through now. I'm starting to really, it's like interweaving in and around everything, and it's really nice. Okay, I gotta taste this. Let's cheers. Let's taste it.
Please be delicious. And I know it's probably going to be because it's coconut. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Boy, yeah, that's good. That's got like a toasted coconut Almost like the one I just did in a way. It's got like a lot of that coconut bite, big time. There's actually more coconutty than the one I did. This is hella better, actually. I want to add more coconut to my beer. This is really good. That coconut, it's really smooth and almost buttery, and it kind of like wraps in and around everything. Like I said, it just you can taste like the roasted malts, the coffees and the chocolate kind of pouncing out of it, and then you're getting coconut just booming right into it, and you're like, oh my god, it's very smooth, it's relaxed, it's kind of drying in the finish, not really strong. You're not getting a whole lot of alcohol. Sweet, it's somewhat sweet, but definitely has a bitter balance as well. So it's a very well balanced beer for a roasted beer.
Nice.
For a stout. Yeah, very nice. It's really all I have, but a short and sweet, but it's very, very tasty. Very good stuff here.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
All right. Cool. Thank you, Beer Man. Let's go over to Claude Diamond. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Eric. Thank you for the flowers and chocolate, man. They were thoughtful.
Thoughtful guy, I guess. I didn't even know that.
Hello, everyone. I am in the Soviet Socialist state of Southern California, also known as San Diego, and just got here from Colorado. And the first thing I do when I get to California is I go to my favorite store, which is Trader Joe's.
Nice.
And they had some. Has anybody ever tried this before? Is it a new item, an old? I don't know.
I've never had it.
Nope.
And so you know that little liquor department in Trader Joe's in the corner there, and they have great stuff. They have Bunny with a Chainsaw beer. If you've never tried it, it's fantastic.
Ooh.
I love it. $17 a 4-pack, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
Nice.
there was a little display. I love a good old drink once in a while.
Okay.
Why not?
And I like these pre-made drinks sometimes. Bullet makes a great old-fashioned premix, and this was $19.99, and it was a display. And you start looking at the shelf. Should I get it or not? What if I get it and I don't like it? I just wasted $20.
Oh, well.
You ever do that analysis where how many of us have bought something and we said, God, let's just pour it, let's give it away as a gift or pour it down the drain or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm debating this, angel and devil on my shoulder, and a lady comes by and she just grabs it, no thought about it. I said, excuse me, ma'am, weird guy in the store. I said, is that good stuff? She says, my husband loves it. He says it's the best premix I ever got. So naturally, I'm sold, man. I'm sold. She says, there's only one other thing you got to get. She was like a salesman for Trader Joe's. She says, you got to get their dried orange slices with it.
Ooh.
So I got my dried orange slice.
That's a wow. All right.
And here it is. Am I supposed to taste it now, or this is the intro?
Go right ahead. Do the whole tasting.
Okay. Say when, Eric. I defer to your guidance here.
Okay.
Come on now. I'm not driving.
When?
Okay. You're my bar. Why don't I ever meet a bartender like you?
Because it'll cost you a lot more money than that bottle.
Oh. Did you ever try to go to a bartender where they actually measure with a micro mini shot glass? Okay, you've been to St. George, Utah, also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going. And so, this is the stuff. Wish I had an umbrella too, right? Wouldn't that make it perfect?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop this in because it's a sugared orange slice.
Ooh.
Got a nice orange bitter smell to it. I like old fashions. I like Manhattans when I go out to dinner. I love one really nice drink and everything. And I saw this and I said, okay, nice smell. To your health, gentlemen. Live long and prosper. Good health.
Oh yeah. Cheers, my friend. Please be delicious.
And it is. It's
Awesome.
This is a low. I don't know what's the alcohol on this. There's no burn. Okay, very little. So they're using probably a very low alcohol, 35%. I got it right. I didn't. There you go.
35%.
Nice.
Not super bad, for a mixed cocktail.
Well, there's a good burn and a bad burn. You guys know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain that to somebody? The burn that's I can't breathe, or
It's too
that's
hot.
yeah, too hot.
Where you can taste a little bit of.
I've dealt with those burns before.
Yeah,
I've
but
dealt
so with whiskey, right? A lot of times, that like up front burn isn't so pleasant, but like the nice warming in the chest, I kind of like that,
You're outside, it's snowing, you're cold, your boots are leaking into your wool socks, and that's when you want the good burn. Absolutely. A Massachusetts winter, right?
Sure. Yeah.
This is
a lot of people like to call it a Kentucky hug.
There you go.
I got to tell you, for $20, big bottle, it's very pleasant. It's okay. I always judge things when I buy them again and where they're good value for the dollar.
Yeah.
And this gets them both. This gets check marks for both.
nice.
Very nice
All
little drink. Not the strongest drink I've ever had, but okay.
Excellent.
Nice.
Mm.
All right.
Dried orange. That was a good touch there. Somebody told you, right?
Maybe it's the orange slice.
Good touch. Cool. Well, stick
Yes.
around. I'm gonna go do a beer review, and then we'll do round 3 of all of our ratings and final scores. So stick around for the rating with Claude. All right, thank you, Claude.
Welcome.
And today, like I said earlier, I'm going to be drinking on. Let me put everybody in order they came in. I think that works. Yep. I have the Lefmans. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Lefmans Craft Blenders, and this is their Guden Band. Guden Band. I think that's how you pronounce that. That is a 8% Flanders Red Ale, and they say, I think it says it on the website. So this one was blended in 2022. And they say on the Lefman's website, it has a mixed fermentation that takes 4 to 12 months to achieve the right level of maturity. I found another website, another Belgian beer website called beertourism.com, and they were saying something. I'm trying to figure out where it was. There was something that I read that said this thing was fermenting for that 4 to 12 months in, I don't know if it was in stainless steel where I read that. It was in some kind of, maybe it was in some kind of in oak foeder or something like that. I have to find where I found that information and get back to you all on that. But here's what the beer looks like now. It's been sitting. It's now got a fine rim around the top of the glass. It still has that really dark red mahogany, that dark red color with the mahogany tan head there. The smell, let's get bumpy in the building. A little bumpy. The smell of the Lefman's Guden Band is very cherry forward. There's a dark cherry note in there. I am getting some green apple-y notes in there as well. I'm getting a baking spice note. I'm getting honey, definitely like a honey-like sweetness. A little bit of an oakiness in there too. It's not overly soured like a Flanders Red Ale typically can be. I'm not getting the huge vinegar notes or the huge lemony kind of notes to it at all. So it smells really well blended. So let's get might as well get a taste on that and see what it's all about. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow.
Cheers.
Looks good.
Wow. That is not overly sour. It's more on the tart side of things, and the flavor does bring the vinegary notes, but it's very light on that vinegary note. There's just a nice sour or a nice tartness to this. I'm getting the honey-like sweetness. I'm getting those green apples. I'm getting a woodsy element like the oak. note in there. Definitely honey. Definitely a cherry note in there. Definitely some toffee, cinnamony, baking spice kind of notes. There's definitely a toffee malt element to this beer. I don't know if you were to ask me what the ABV was and I didn't know, I would guess that this is back up. Knowing that this is an 8% beer, this feels like this is a pretty high for a Flanders red ale, if you ask me. Usually I think of soured beers being more between the 4 and 5, maybe upwards towards the 6% range. I wouldn't have guessed it was much more than maybe 5.5 just drinking it. So it doesn't drink like an 8%er at all. It has a little bit of an oily, viscous kind of a mouthfeel to it, actually. There is some oiliness to it, and it is actually slightly creamy for some crazy reasoning. There's a nice, there's just a nice kind of viscosity to the liquid that's really nice. I would say it's a medium-bodied beer. It's almost a candied, sugary element, not over the top at all because of how dry it actually finishes. But I'd say it's a medium-bodied beer. Crisp. It is fairly dry towards the finish, so I will say it's a dry beer, and it's very refreshing for what it is. That nice tart flavor is really leaving a nice drinkability to this. This is different. However, they're doing the blending on this beer, it's in perfect harmony. There's nothing that's really sharp and poignant and it's sticking out more than the other. It's a well-balanced beer. If you're not really into sour beers, this could be really a good gateway into the sour beer game. And if you've never had a Flanders red ale or an Oud Bruin, like a Flanders kind of a Belgian-style brown ale, this is amazing. I think this even could top something like the Duchess de Bourgogne that has more of the vinegar, more of the souring element to it, where this one's a little bit more gentle and more subtly done with the nice blending. So I really like that. It's gonna get a fair. I think it will get a fairly nice score. We'll think about what that score is. But until then, we'll we got Bumpy Road in a building, and he will be.
What's Bumpy's chair? What's up, Bumpy's
Here's
chair?
the Bumpy's chair. What's up, Bumpy's
Cheers,
chair?
bud. Nice to see you.
Cheers, chair.
We got a sign pointing towards us. You need a beer.
Want to drink a beer with us, beer man? I have a Bumpy chair.
You can see some of the whiskey
Chairman.
selection got behind him.
That's not Bumpy chair. His name's
Everybody
Chairman.
make fun of it. AKA Andrew Tanner, make fun of it.
Oh, you sat on Chairman.
Man, a squash chairman.
He's the newest addition to
I
the.
can't get enough. That's why I do this stuff.
You sat on Chairman.
Let's go back to Bumpy. Bumpy Rude over there, Tanner.
He's the chairman of Bumpy Road.
All right. So I'm extremely stuffed, so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we're going to attempt.
Do whatever you want. Beer, wine, or spirit.
When you go out to a Brazilian steakhouse and your main goal is to eat everything on the menu. Yeah.
Are you in Florida?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Okay.
New Hampshire.
No, it was
I was
much
at-
better. The first one we went to ever was in Texas, and that one was really good. The one up here, I wouldn't recommend it, but you know.
I loved it. I've been to one of those steakhouses. They're great.
Yeah.
Meat on skewer.
Yeah, this is the Oak Brewing. They're out of Connecticut. Oxford, Connecticut. And this is a rye lager. Rogan beer. Seth Rogen. I don't know.
Seth Rogen.
But it's Fred's. It's Fred's Rogen beer, not Seth's. It's cool shipped and open fermented. Comes in at a whopping 5.4% ABV. From what I understand, it has 3 different ryes in this lager. So let's go ahead and open it up and give it a pour. I didn't see any can on date, but it's a lager, so it should be fine for at least a year, I would think. Oh, God.
In beer. Whoa. Tasty meal. Look at that head, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. It's got a fairly tight knit, kind of little off-white, creamy white head. The color of the beer itself is it's kind of it's an unfiltered kind of it's a deeper glass, so it looks more brown. But if you hold it up to light, it's got this orange glow to it. So quite orange. It looks like a really dark whiskey kind of, but not clear. All right. Well, cheers. Let's smell. If I can smell, that's the other thing is I've been kind of congested, so my ability to smell right now is not the greatest either. All right. So there is that kind of open fermentation that it leads to like a slight kind of sourness. It's not sour tart like a sour beer would be, but it just has this kind of slight, like sourdough bread isn't like super sour, but it's got that kind of slight, distinct twang to it. It's biscuity bread crust. Other than that, demanding Telly would like to come in.
A dog.
All right.
Good dog.
Yeah, there's not much other than that. It's very just kind of bready. I mean, I can't say that I'm picking up rye at all. So, but we're gonna dive on in here for the flavors. Cheers.
Do it.
Cheers.
Please be delicious.
Cheers. Please be delicious.
Yeah, so it drinks like a dunkel light, basically. It's very bread crusty, kind of like toasted biscuit. And then it just it starts to kind of just fade off, and then there's like maybe a touch of like a darker fruit type note, but it's like a very light, either grapish or plum like fruit note. It's very, very light. But yeah, so it starts off with this big like crusty bread crust and biscuity note, and then it just kind of dies real quick into a slight darker fruit. It's a little bit of it's like grain, but it's a little bit different. So that's probably the rye. It's not super spicy. So maybe, no caraway type seed or something to help amplify spice out of any of the rye note, but it's a different type of a grain note. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of the rye coming through. But it is kind of on the grainier side. That's kind of the finish. That's kind of so it starts off with all the biscuit and bread crust, and then goes into that after that fruit note. Bitterness on this one, I'd say. I'm not very familiar with Rogan beers, so I don't know if it's bitter for the style or not. But I'd say it's kind of a mild bitterness to it. There's a noticeable bitterness. It's not drinking like an American adjunct lager where it's like you're drinking water.
No problem.
There is a slight kind of bitterness. I'd say it's a bit earthy tone to woody like type of bitterness.
Rockin' beer.
Heft on the body, it drinks with a medium mouthfeel. and a moderate carbonation to it. It is drying to the palate. There is just a little bit of a weird. It has this kind of separation thing going on.
You said it was bitter.
It
You said it had a pretty bitter flavor to it, right?
It's not super bitter, no.
Oh, okay.
It's the grain note that kind of comes through, but it's like it's got to be rye, but it's because it's kind of grainy, but it's not like grain.
According to the judging certification program at the BJCP, it's a Dunkelweizen. The style of Roggenbier is a Dunkelweizen made with rye rather than wheat.
Like I said, it's kind of like a Dunkel, but kind of a bit lighter.
Only 10 to 20 IBUs about.
A Dunkel light, yeah.
Dunkel light, sure, I got you. Yep.
That's pretty much it.
So, Bumpy,
Cool.
you have a grandson over tonight or no?
No.
Shocking.
So in 2015, for the beer judging certification program guidelines, this was style 27A. The Roggenbier was in the category of historical beer. There you go, everybody. Historical.
I'm drinking history tonight.
Yeah. What do they say? Yeah, it's a Dunkelweizen made with rye rather than wheat, but with a greater body and light finishing hops. And it has it's a more distinctive variant of a Dunkelweizen using malted rye instead of malted wheat. American rye beers will not have Weizen yeast character and likely more hops, but it didn't sound like that was too overboard for the one that you had, which is good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess they did it right. Like I said, I've never had this beer before. I didn't know anything really about it, except I saw that it was rye lager, and I'm like, I gotta try that.
That sounds good. Well, cool. All right, thanks, Bumpy. So we're gonna go into round 1, 2. We're gonna go into round 3 here, which is for whatever product, beer, and or the spirit, the old fashioned that Claude drank. Give us either a rating, a letter grade, or however you do your ratings or final grades or just final impressions. Give us that at this point in time when to bring you guys up. So let's go to let's not go to that at all. Let's go over to Alex, the beer master, and he can rate the bomb beer he's drinking, the Cocoa Bomb.
Well, it's a good beer.
I want that on my tombstone.
Well, it's a good beer.
For Valentine's Day.
Sure. I would. I'd give this an 85. It's a good beer. It's very delicious. Like I said, it has good chocolate to it. It's kind of explain what I'm tasting here, but I am tasting chocolate. I know it's not 100, but don't worry, there'll be 100 someday in the future. I'm hoping there'll be 100 in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, this is a good beer.
Excellent.
Get it? Please do. It's very chocolatey though. I like that, so that's why it's called a chocolate bomb. It's Cocoa Bomb. It's a bomb full of chocolate.
And that's a New Jersey beer, you said, right? Yep.
I believe it is. I'm not sure, but I believe it is. I'm not sure, but you know what? It's 8%. I just forgot.
Gotcha. Axe Arrow Brewing is in Glassboro, New Jersey.
Like I said, Eric, you know everything, my friend. Cheers.
Well, really quickly, that might be one to go to someday.
And you've never heard of Hopatcong, New Jersey, exit 28, Route 80.
Ever hear that, Alex?
Pack. What is it?
Hopatcong, Lake Hopatcong, home of Bertram's Island on exit 28. In New Jersey, we don't give directions. We just give highway exits.
Never heard of it.
It's true.
Never heard of it. We're going to have to find out where that is, Alex.
Yes, I mean, you can go there, Eric, or whoever else is with me with you. Doesn't matter. Appreciate you. If it's too far, we can't go. But if it's too far, we can't go, but at least we can see if it's far away. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Appreciate you. Let's get a thought on the Twine Cutter by Shoveltown with Tanner. Final grade.
Right. This is pretty good. I like it. I thought it was going to be more of a malty-based West Coast IPA, and they actually kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. Yeah, it's very. It's got like that big appley note. It's very drinkable. It's kind of along the same lines as like the main beer company beers I've had recently, where it's more like American IPA. Usually the West Coast that I'm like used to are a little bit more malt forward, a little bit darker coloration, a little bit more clarity. This one still has a little bit of that haze to it. It's like I was saying, it's a little bit more American IPA, but I like it. I think it's really good. I think it's very enjoyable. 7.2%, super drinkable. I mean, if you got a 4-pack of these, you could easily put back a 4-pack.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Crusher beer.
As far as first beer, first impressions of Shoveltown Brewery, I think they did a really good job of this one. I would give it I'm gonna go like 94. I think it's pretty solid. It's like an A, right around there, A range.
Kick ass.
And I wish they put a date on it because it tastes fresh, tastes quality. So
I'm trying to remember how
yeah.
system over there. I think they might.
and
Do
these
the
are you said Eric said that these guys are pretty close to them, right?
Yeah, that's within 15 minutes from where I live.
15 minutes. So they're like Proclamation to you as Proclamation is to me.
Yeah,
Right?
they obviously don't have quite the breadth of beers that Proclamation does, but yeah, it's the most local breweries to me.
Yeah, because Proclamation's like 10 to 15 minutes away from me. So, but yeah, I like it. And this is a really cool can art, and that like so it was. This actually was supposed to be a beer for Beer Man show last week.
Grab a shovel. There you go. The Northeastern, and Easton is known for shovel production. There you go.
Yeah, this was supposed to be for Eric's show. No, it was supposed to be for a Beer Man show last week, but I actually showed the ABV while I was like just showing it off. Hey, you're going to Eric's. And Bumpy was like, oh, I saw the ABV, blah, blah, blah. I did tired hands. And then I fell asleep.
Yeah, it was 7.2%.
Yeah, and then I fell asleep.
Am I correct?
And I woke up at like 4 a.m.
Oh, God.
7.2%.
And like, I didn't know. I just kind of hung out and watched YouTube, to be honest with you.
Are you
Like,
ignoring me?
sometimes I do that on my day off. I'll fall asleep early and then wake up at like 3 and be like, well, yeah, I got way too,
Hammered.
the night before. But yeah, 94 out of 100 for this. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Cheers.
for the best of us. I'm glad that I reviewed this on your channel, Eric. This is a good beer. So.
Yeah, you'd like a lot of their other offerings.
Oh, yeah, bro. We gotta check it out sometime together.
That'd be cool, yeah. Why the heck not? Let's go over to Beer Man with that coconut. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I missed a lot of points here. I kind of went really as the fastest review I've ever done in my life. But just to recap, I thought the balance was great between the roasted malts and the hops. American stout, definitely an American stout. She did get a bit of that bitter from the hops, but you also had that roasted kind of texture to it as well. The espresso, a little cocoa, milky stuff. I like the milky cocoa kind of thing. It was nice, somewhat sweet, not cloying at all, easy to take down. Toasted coconut, even vanilla in there. Caramel toffee. There was a bit of plum as well coming through as a darker fruit. So that was kind of nice. As you clasp your tongue to your palate, you kind of get like a little bit of fruit. Very good adjunct imperial American stout. I'm trying not to be a follower, but as far as scoring, but I think I might start as well, not scoring, because I've been kind of too high up on some beers when they should have been a 70 or an 80, and it's really hard to figure out. So I'll just definitely say this is a fucking fantastic beer. So something to go try. So if you can get it, it's not even on BJ. It's not even on anything right now on reviews. There's nothing out there on Beer Advocate. Nothing out there on Untapped. It's only 2 weeks old, so it's very fresh and new in their facility. So yeah, but a fucking good beer. So cheers.
Well, excellent. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
I want that on my tombstone too.
Fucking beer.
Oh my god, that's funny. The old-fashioned
I'm
drink,
sorry.
too. What do you rate that old-fashioned?
Yeah. What did W.C. Fields have on his tombstone trivia?
Dirt.
Who's W.C. Fields?
Who's W.C. Fields? You kidding?
That's
Yeah.
what he said.
He said, "I'd rather be in Philadelphia."
Oh,
You got great big funny guy. Anyway, I'm drinking $19.95 Trader Joe's old fashioned that I bought on a whim, based on a suggestion from another customer. If there was such a thing as light liquor, premixed liquors, like there is light beers, this would be it. It's not overpowering. It's not burning. It's enjoyable. It's tasty. It's truly an old fashioned, but it's not the strongest old fashioned I've ever had. Okay. Sometimes you want the bite, right? Sometimes you want the Cobra, don't you? Say
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
You know
I
what
had
would've
no
made that
fashion. I had no
bottle?
fashion tonight with a Woodford Reserve rye.
You know what would have made that bottle if they put a cork on the top of it instead of that twist off. That bottle, that's a nice bottle. I like the shape of it, but then they put a twist off on it.
Yeah. Is that? But at least it's a bottle. It's not plastic.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's a twist off.
If they put a cork on it, it would look badass though.
But look, $20. There's a lot of drinks here, and it's a. I always judge things. Would I buy them again? In total honesty, is this something? Am I being polite, or is this something I'd really want to buy again, drink again? And my answer is unequivocal yes. It's a nice drink. It's basically an old-fashioned light. You're drinking it and you're thinking, oh, maybe it needs a little. What's that liquor? What's that bourbon you were talking about? The Woodfire or Woodburr?
the Woodford Reserve.
Woodford needs maybe a little shot of Woodford in it.
Mm.
But it's an old-fashioned light. So, but it's enjoyable. It's flavorful. I'm not getting any negative bad tastes from it, anything ersatz, artificial out of it. It's sweet. I threw in the little orange slice also from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is very interesting to buy liquor from. Sometimes you can get unbelievable deals from them. If you look, the liquor is not their main thing to sell, but what they do sell sometimes is really. Oh, what did I see? Costco here has Johnny Walker Blue for $162. That sounds like a deal.
Usually $200 or more.
Yeah. In California here, Johnny Walker, the major display, Johnny Walker Blue, $162.99, something like that. You do it all for the nookie. I love that. Thank you. That is a great. Thank you. Anyway, would I buy it again? Yes. I'll give it a healthy 92. It's $20. It's a bottle. It's a premix. Sometimes you just want to pour it and drink it. It's Friday night. You had a long week, and you just want to drink, and it's good stuff. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for putting up with me.
Got it. Thanks for coming.
Anytime.
Nice. Cheers, man.
Claude Diamond, everybody. Check him out on YouTube.
Good
Bam.
drink.
Let's go over to Bumpy Road for the final thoughts on the.
Everybody needs a little bumpy tonight.
Bump it up.
A little extra bumpy. I'm going to set this aside. It's hard for me to drink carbonated stuff right now. I'm so stuffed. I had at least 11 different meats tonight. 12 different meats tonight, actually, because I had a fajita as well there. So I'm very stuffed.
Land shark bumpy.
Woo, I can smell that here.
Oh, you can.
Poor little Johnny Drummer. Well, Johnny Drum, not Drummer.
Tell us what that is. That looks cool.
So this is a sour mashed Kentucky bourbon. It is distilled by Willett. It's 50.5, so it's 101 proof.
Ooh. Uh-oh. The burn.
Right.
Private stock.
Hmm.
There you go.
How good does that smell? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The old Bardstown, same bottle, different label.
Uh-huh.
There it is.
I think he likes it.
Mikey, he likes it.
That's what I was thinking of.
You definitely get the you definitely get that sour mash in this. It shines through along with a lot of oak, a little vanilla. But yeah, it's big on that sour. You get a lot of wheat notes through it as well, I would say. I think this is a wheated sour mash. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but to me it screams wheat. Yeah, a little hot. I was using this earlier. I took a little dram of it earlier before going out because I've been congested. So I was trying to clear up my everything. Trying to clear my.
That is the
up.
best excuse I've ever heard for drinking a good liquor. That's the best, man.
So the mash bill is undisclosed, but sour mash typically just means that. So every time they make a batch, they save a little bit of the last batch and they use it in the next one. It's usually what sour mash is. So they'll take, like I said, they'll take a little bit left over of their last batch and they'll use it in the next one to get it that they've been using. Sour mash has been a process that creates consistency. It's how they get more of a consistent flavor.
So what I consider like what's coming through as, to me, I'd say sour, is it does have a cattiness to it. So
yeah,
there's
well,
like
get a little bit of
there's kind of
yeast.
a still piss flavor to it. Slightly. I just construe that to being sour mash.
Well, you could get a funk from the yeast.
Yeah.
You could get something off from the yeast. Or not off, but like an odd flavor from the yeast and stuff. Yeah.
I've had other sour mashes that were similar, that had similar flavors, so that's what I was kind of figuring.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're pretty much you're reusing your yeast is technically what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, I'm not doing a review on this fully, so I figured I'd pour some of that.
That's cool. I'm glad you bought that. I like that one.
Yeah, John and Nelly has some too, so he also recommended it. So and we had it in our store, and it's a one-time buy. They're not buying it again, so I was like, I gotta get it while it's on the shelf, otherwise, probably won't see it. But yeah, as far as this Rogan beer rye lager, it's not too bad. Like I said, it's kind of like a Dunkel light. It's Dunkel up front, but then it does die off pretty quickly. A little disappointed. I was hoping for like some rye spiciness to come through, but yeah, like I said, maybe the graininess, it's a little bit different than typical graininess on the finish. It might be the rye because it is just a bit different. I would score it like I'd give this one like a 41 out of 50. I'd say it's very good, but it's not like blowing me away. I'd recommend maybe buy a can, try it, see if you like it, because these beers are hard to come by as well. I don't think we ever did this one on Multi Monday.
No.
So yeah, I think it was one of those styles that nobody would be able to find. So
we weren't able to find it until now from you, Mr. Bumpy.
Right.
Yeah.
Historical beers, though.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's very good. I mean, I bought a 4-pack of it, so I'm not like disappointed that I bought a 4-pack.
Make sure you get another pack, Bumpy.
It wasn't overly priced. It was like $14 for the 4-pack.
That's still good.
Yeah.
As long as you get more in the next couple of days, Bumpy.
There's no dates. There's no dates in the can. But this just showed up the pack this week because it wasn't there last week.
Oh, no.
I know when I see certain things, it's like I know if I've seen it or not before. If I'd seen this, I would have been like, rye lager.
This is perfect for me from Mr. Bumpy. Yeah.
It's not perfect, unfortunately. Like I said, there's some things I was hoping for out of it that aren't there. I'm also not the biggest fan of. I'm also not the biggest fan of Dunkels. So,
well, that's an issue.
yeah, for me to say it's very good. I mean, it's for what the style is. I think they must have done a good job.
True that.
Never had this style before, so
That's terrible.
That's
Terrible.
bumpy, terrible.
1784 that Claude's talking about, the small batch, right?
it's bumping ugly.
Give it a bumping ugly. I like that. I like
Isn't that the
spin-off.
small batch?
You want to bump ugly?
No, give it up. Give it up, Mr. Bumpy.
Isn't that the small batch we were talking about, the 1784?
Yes, small batch.
1783, I think.
Yeah.
And also, Eric, become your
Or,
drag.
yeah, is it 1783?
83, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Give or take a year.
2024. Yeah.
Take a year or a couple of months or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, here we are with the final thoughts on. I think it's pronounced Liffman's or Leffman's. I think it's Liffman's.
Oh, man.
Guden Band. They're blended in 2022 Flanders Red Ale. Now, as I drink the beer and as it gets warmer, I definitely get some chocolatier, malty flavors mixed in with that cherry. And I really do notice more of the souring element towards the finish of the beer. I can feel it a little bit on the side of the tongue. Yeah, that's a good descriptor with that cherry note that follows through beginning to end in the palate. It's a really easy to drink beer. It's really got nice discernible flavors. It's not the most super soured ale known to mankind. It would be a great entry point into sour beers themselves or to darker soured ales if you've never had. If all you think of when you hear sour beers is something a little bit more lighter in color or one of the heavily fruited sours that looks like a 7-Eleven smoothie or a big gulp slurp, whatever it is, then this is going to be an entirely different experience for you. I kind of prefer these woodier, vinegary, kind of tart beers like this. So when it comes to the souring beers, I just find that there's more depth to flavor than with some of the more heavy fruited, lighter bodied kind of beers that in the souring category that showcase more of brighter fruit flavors. But this is really awesome. I think I'm thinking 94. So why not just kind of go with it? Again, it's not the most complex thing on the planet Earth. So I don't know if that's a detriment to the beer, but it really is nice, delicious beer. And at 8%, I'm not sure exactly where the ABV is. I'm getting no more than I'm getting somewhere between a 5.5 and a 6 if I had to guess blindly and didn't know what the ABV range was. So however they blended these various sour beers to create this particular blend in 2022 for this Flanders Red Ale, they did a really nice job blending it because there's zero rough edges to this. It's a very round beer. Everything's cohesively working together. There's no sharp, pointy edges at all. So 94 is one of the better sour beers I think I've had. It's not the most complex, intense, in your face. It's not like a hopheads version of a sour beer where if you're a sour junkie, you're gonna like clamor over this thing. If you like beers that have really complex flavors, but at the same time are very more or less very round beers and really have balance to them, this would be a definite beer to try. And at $5.99, I guess I'll have to keep this in the back of my head and see if I notice any other blending years and see what the different blends do. You could certainly age this, definitely. You could certainly do some cellaring time on these things. They even recommend you doing that. And if I'm reading this correctly, it says best before the end of 2032 in March. I'm like, damn. If I'm reading that correctly, if you can even see that, it says 2032. So pretty good.
Yeah, 20 years from now. 20 years from now.
Plane, not the biggest vinegary bomb, but
How many years do we have, Eric, for 2032?
oh, that's 12 years.
12
No,
years.
no, 10. No, 9. 9. You got 9, just about.
Wow, game, you know everything, Eric. It's one like
Just a calculation. You got to do that.
Minute.
32, 24. Round the digits off, and it's actually 8. There you go. But yeah, these 12 years. I mean, even if you get what does it say when you get a bottle of the Bourbon County Style? It says good. It says good in the bottle for up to 5 years. You could certainly age that way longer than 5 years, and you're gonna have a nice flavor experience. But anyways, here's where we go to round 4 of the program, which is we're gonna shout out our own YouTube channels, talk about those, what's coming up on our YouTube channels, what do we do on our YouTube channel, give a little synopsis on that, and if there's any place on the YouTube platform we should be checking out and watching as far as YouTubers are concerned, let us know. Everybody here, I do want to make that preface like I do every week. Let everybody here, Bumpy Road Brews. Let me put everybody in order they kind of came in. I think it's that way. Very good. So everybody here's got a YouTube channel: Alex the Beer Master, East Coast Liquor Reviews, Beer Man, Bumpy Road, and Bumpy Road Brews, and Claude Diamond. We all got YouTube channels. And if you could hit that subscribe button, this one right here. If you get that subscribe button to all of our channels, and then hit that notification bell, that'll notify you of 3 things. If we premiere a video, that means that we have a pre-recorded video, and we're premiering it with ourselves in a chat during the premiere. If we have a pre-recorded video that we uploaded or short, you'll be notified. Or for doing this, if we are live on our YouTube channel, you will know due to the notification bell. So check it out, everybody. Let's go over to the co-host of the Wild Card Wednesday when I need a co-host for the program when I'm not available. We got Alex Beermaster. What's going on your channel? Who should we check out on YouTube?
Well, tomorrow we'll be doing Alex and Friends around 10 o'clock, 10:30, which is Thursday night. Friday night around 8 o'clock, we'll be doing Come Have a Beer with Alex. And then obviously Monday, Alex and Friends around 10 o'clock, 10:30. Tuesday, a beer review. And obviously, you know, the usual thing right after that because we're here on Wild Card Wednesday, but we'll let Eric talk about that. But yeah, appreciate you. And check out Legendary Joplin and all of our peeps have a YouTube channel. Please enjoy. Cheers, everybody.
Cool. Tanner is not here at the moment. Let's go all the way down to Beer Man. What's going on your channel, and who should we check out on the YouTubes there, Beer Man?
All right. Yeah, just beer and cheese. Sorry about Wednesday today. It was Valentine's Day.
I know.
But we'll catch up next week on that.
Yeah.
That's for all spun out at 6 o'clock Eastern, and then it's a regular beer and cheese next week, Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So anyone's welcome to both of those shows. If you're new to the Wednesday show, just come on up with anything for the first time, and then you'll be assigned some adjectives to come back the next week, hopefully, or whenever. We spin a wheel, and we have some, guess the ABB game and all that stuff too. It's kind of fun. Kickstarter for the Wednesday day. Other than that, I'm trying to get ready for tomorrow. I want to try and brew as early as I can. Be doing a West Coast IPA for Bill. He's contributed, and I want to hopefully make something nice for him. So hopefully we'll get down early or get started early tomorrow. So other than that, check out. I got a couple. I'll say one I've said before. Is Gam like Damn Good Brewing? Gam Dude Brewing. GAMNDOOD Brewing. Check him out. 56 subscribers. I'm sure you could use some more there. And then I just found this right now. It's kind of funny. I want to see it. It's an animated homebrew.
Oh,
kind of cool. Let me put that in here real quick.
why not? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, their last thing was mediocre hazy IPA recipe. It's just like little cartoon characters with like reality with real life stuff as well. So I don't know, it's kind of funny looking. But there you go. Cheers, man. Cheers, guys. Thanks,
Cheers.
Eric.
Let's go over to Claude Diamond. Tell us about your YouTube channel there, Claude.
Yeah, my YouTube channel. I'm easy to find. Just put in ClaudeDiamond.com. I will be performing in Chula Vista, California at the Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Palace, the hits of the Beach Boys. And
So,
That sounds very
there you go. I was going to say Tommy James and the Shondells, but I don't think any of you guys know who I'm talking about. Remember the end of that? Oh, what was that movie?
music.
I've heard of the Beach Boys. I've heard of the Beach Boys.
Oh, I love the Beach Boys. Brian
I do
Wilson.
too. I like the Beach
Brian
Boys.
Wilson is a genius. He's a.
Well, I hope you
he's
get to hang
great.
out with him. I hope you get to hang out with him this time.
I did. True story. You want me to, truth be told, my wife and I, we Brian Wilson is a great guy, and he called us once. We made a he was open to anybody who made a donation to Katrina. When was that? 2000? When was Katrina? Trivia question.
5?
Yeah, 2005. And he said, anyone who makes a donation, I'll make a phone. I'll call you up personally and thank you. So I made a donation. Brian Wilson actually called us up and sang happy birthday to my wife.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
He is a good guy. He is good. We should have him on this channel some night.
What?
I love. How do you do that, Eric? How do you do that, man? You zoom him right in.
USA.
So wait a minute. Who is this guy you're going to invite into our channel? That'd be cool.
Brian
He had a little-
Wilson, singer
He had
of
a
the
little
Beach.
band. They. I wish they could all be California girls.
Not no
Well,
math.
you let me know when you can bring him up on this channel. I'd like to meet him. Thank you.
Will you buy him a beer?
Of course, we'll drink some beer.
Okay. How do you do that? You're so fast, man. That's so cool the way you.
Oh, he
slip
does
those
know
out.
everything, Eric. Trust me.
Let us know. Let's put it this way, Claude. Let us know the kind of places we can see you on the various different liquor and beer related shows. Which ones do you
Just type in ClaudeDiamond.com. Just type in Claude Diamond on YouTube. I do beer with Claude on Fridays. And I love you guys. You're great, man. This is just a fun get together and a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience and everything. And to all of you, I say cheers.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man. Cheers,
Waiting.
Claude. Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with the Bumpy Road channel of YouTube?
Well, putting out a couple beer reviews a week. At least attempting to, and so far succeeding at that. Also have some frozen pizza reviews. Trying to put those out. Hopefully once a week if I can. If not, though, please forgive me. Because I do have a regular life of eating other food other than frozen pizza. So the frozen pizza thing is kind of like I try to do it if it's like I'm going to be up like doing a late night type thing, or just didn't have like a huge meal or something. I have room to fit it in. Tonight, definitely not happening because I am beyond stuffed. We'll see. We'll see what's for dinner tomorrow night. If it's a nice light salad, then sure. So yeah. But yeah, the frozen pizzas, it's kind of if it shows up, it shows up. If not,
What
then
is
it's
frozen
good.
pizza? I'm from New York City. What is this thing you call frozen pizza? What is this thing?
It's pre-made pizzas that you put in the oven to cook mostly the toppings and
You can go to any place in any sidewalk in New York City and get the best slice in the world for under a couple bucks. Why would you want that cardboard thing?
well, no, frozen pizza have come a long way. But
Oh God, political discussion. Oh no.
well, that's why I'm doing reviews on them because there became this issue where we had the family. We found one frozen pizza company that the whole family could say, "I like it," because there's always, within family, it's like, "I don't want that," or Chinese food. It's like the wife and I like Chinese food from this one place, but we have like my stepdaughter's over. I hate that place. I want it from this other place, which me and my wife don't care for. It's like it's like, okay, we're gonna order Chinese food. Nobody can agree on anything. Same thing happens with pizza. But there's this one pizza company, frozen pizza company. It was Motor City pizza, and everybody liked it. It was something that was agreed upon for everybody. But then there came this one night where we were gonna do frozen pizzas, and they didn't have it in stock. And then it came down to, well, what other frozen pizzas could we buy? And my stepdaughter was the one that was at the store, and she was like looking around. She's like, I don't see anything that I think I'm going to like. So we ended up doing hot dogs.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Have you ever had a home run pizza? It's called a home run. It's a company. It's called Home
No, I've
Run.
never heard of that. No.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's Home Run Pizza, and it's the weirdest looking pizza. And I actually cooked it upside down.
Whoa.
I couldn't tell what was the top and what was the bottom on that. And it's an expensive. It's a premium pizza.
Huh.
Frozen pizza.
Yeah, toppings on both sides?
It was like it just
Huh.
frozen pizza is like, oh gosh, it's a family show, so I'm gonna stop here.
Well, like I'll show you like one of the frozen pizzas.
How many do we have? Any New Yorkers, or we have a Connecticut person? We have any?
We just go with the closest is Alex in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Here's a Newman's Own. All the proceeds go to help the children's.
There you go.
It's got those premium toppings on it. It's a thin crust. These are pretty good. Not too bad either. This was like under $6.
We all can't be bougie and go out every night for pizza.
I'm the closest through New York if it comes to New Yorkers.
Yeah,
You know,
we gotta have a New Yorker take on pizza, man. This is like,
oh, Bumpy's
there's no doubt about it that like getting a freshly made pizza is gonna fucking blow a frozen pizza away. No doubt about that.
Oh.
Bumpy, you love that pizza we
But
had
when
here.
you're talking about money wise, because I mean now you get like a freaking 20-inch pizza, you're paying like $26 for it, versus I can go get a pound and a half frozen
Bumpy,
pizza.
you
and pay
love that
$10.
pizza that was here.
So
Remember that pizza that we had a couple years ago?
it's more for like the hey, you need something quick, you don't want to order out, wait around for the pizza, pay
you're right,
delivery
convenience.
charges if you get somebody to deliver it to you. Before you know it, you got a $40 pizza sitting at home.
You're right.
So.
You're right. I agree.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's a more budget. It's a budget friendly. Hey, you can still eat something that's decent.
Is there anything more emotional than pizza to a New Yorker?
Bumpy is a witness. He had some pizza here. It's like a New York. It was like a New York pizza. Would you?
It was a New Jersey Sicilian pizza.
Yeah, you loved the crap out of it. You loved it.
Balls of pizza dough ahead of time.
I mean,
all right.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry, Eric.
Hey, Claude.
Yeah, we gotta get the show wrapped up.
Me and Bumpy filled that whole pizza up to. I think
half of it was anchovies, and the other half was like everything.
Oh, you're good. I like you, man. You had me at anchovies. It's
I like anchovies.
This is like my Jerry Maguire moment. You had me at hello. I love. There's something. People of higher intelligence put anchovies on their pizza. Oh, my wife just said gross.
It depends. It depends on where this pizza's made. That was the first anchovy pizza I ever had. Was when I visited Alex from that Sicilian pizzeria in New Jersey. Delicious. I tried an anchovy pizza up here on a Greek pizza. Not the same.
Not a traditional.
Not the same at all.
Wow. No point, huh?
You might as well just take salt and go.
This is good. Honey, it's going to be a bumpy night.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, when you open up the box of pizza, you can see, it's good because it was like grease dripping down or something. Remember, Bumpy? It was like grease on the box. Freaking
Sicilian pizza.
Getting hot and heavy where Claude is right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, me and Bumpy enjoyed it, man.
That sounds good. We gotta try that in New Jersey, right?
Yes.
A good Rolling Rock beer and a fresh New Jersey pizza out of the oven. That's like one of the 10 best moments of your life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Try
Is that like
best
one of
moment
those
of my life.
last meal requests?
My God. You got any shout outs there, Bumpy Road?
Yeah, check out Kettleheads
Nice.
Barbecue and Beer. He does shorts, short, the short videos on his channel. Big into the Weber grill, so he's always got a cold beer and something grilling up on a Weber grill. Very quick shorts. I mean, they're not even 60-second shorts. These are like 9 to 12 seconds typically. So, yeah, easy channel to subscribe to and just watch some shorts. Not gonna take much out of your day. And he's been hanging out and watching our stuff and leaving comments and stuff. So
Very good.
Kettleheads Barbecue and Beer. Cheers.
Nice. Thanks, Bumpy.
That's BBQ. So it's not spelled out barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Finally,
Ken's Beer, I like pizza, but they cost a lot of dough. Yeah.
That was great.
Yes, Alex, the beer master.
Don't forget to set up Mr. BJ Drinks Beer. We haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Well, we'll give him a nice shout out right now. Why the heck not? He's
Is he in your basement, Alex?
sounds weird, but
Yeah.
the legendary
Keep
BJ.
it up.
Keep it up. Oof. We're gonna see him
Legendary
in
BJ.
New Jersey. Yeah, he works at the Joe Canals in Marlton, New Jersey. And he'll give you a recap. What is it every Friday, basically, what the new beers are over there on his
Legendary
BJ.
BJ's in Alex's basement.
Yeah.
No, he's not. There's no basement here. That's what we're gonna-
And the other shout out I will do is for Spirits Collective. That's a new channel that showed up in this past year. They try a lot of different tequilas and a lot of different spirits in general, but they do a lot of tequila and whiskey style reviews. And they say it's the show where they learn to drink together. So they're very interactive with the audience as far as if they have any ideas and thoughts of things to review, they will actually take your suggestions, and if they can make it into a video, they will try to do that. So that's pretty cool. Other than the shout outs there, this is of the bulk of what I do on my channel. I got to get back to doing some beer reviews. I do some whiskey reviews, and I'm gonna start doing some more tequilas and agave spirits in 2024. I have a full liquor cabinet. They can't really fit anything else in it, so I best get to some spirit reviews over the course of 2024. And again, this is the bulk of what I do is the Wildcard Wednesday. This show is only admittance fees of beverage. Just bring a beer, wine, or a spirit, and let's have some fun. Just don't be a douche. You douche. We don't like douchery around here. That's
Best,
yeah. No, thank you on that.
best description ever made on YouTube. You're
Yeah, we
great.
just want to have real fun while we're doing it. We don't want to
But
be.
use your douche if you need to use it.
Yeah, we don't want to have anybody ruining a good time here.
Yeah,
That's
we
why
don't
we're-
want any false fish around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. This has been a great Valentine. We didn't mention it's happy. Well, we didn't mention Valentine's Day, I guess, but yeah, happy Valentine's Day if that's your holiday with your significant other. Hope you had a great one there. Beer's done. Time to sign out. I know Alex likes to help with that stuff. So until next time, well, as I say in my channel, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. We'll see you soon. Do you have a sign off to say there, Alex?
This is Alex, the Beer Master, and we will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This is Alex, the Beer Master, signing out. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. And here's a little PSA to leave you with about everybody in America's favorite light lager beer.
Bitch, you don't like it? Go home then.
Bitch, you done licked it. Give head then.
Oh,